Hello and welcome everybody, I am Bavarian and today we're going to take a look at When the World Stopped Making Sense, a mod that I'm certain all of you know and treasure and love and hopefully have a bit of an experience with, because I want to talk today not just about the mod but also about more of a structural problem of CK2 when it comes to modding, the issue of railroading. But before we do all that, let me tell you one thing. This video goes live on the 12th of February. On the 13th of February at 8 PM CET, so Central European Time, 8 PM, we will be having a stream on Twitch. Essentially, that will be a bit of an AMA. If you have any questions, just ask away, be it about YouTube or me as a person or CK2 or other games or my opinion on this or that. Most importantly, we're going to play some CK2, probably the WtWSMS safe game, and maybe something else depending on the situation. But I just wanted you to know we're going to have a bit of a relaxed, laid-back first stream of 2019. I think it's the first stream of 2019 anyway, at that time on Twitch. The Twitch link you can find in the description as well on my channel page. Other than that, let's just start and open up When the World Stopped Making Sense. This is a mod that essentially is playing in the Dark Ages, after and during the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Now right over here, this is practically before the fall. There's already war going on between Emperor Romulus Augustulus of the Western Roman Empire and Italy, or, well, rather, good old Odoacer of Italy. Now, the thing about it is that this is something that will happen. There is practically no chance for Emperor Romulus Augustulus to succeed, and right after he falls, it will be Vicar Julius of Dalmatia of the House of Nepos, who will immediately be bestowed upon himself, or see bestowed upon himself, the Western Roman imperial crown. Now the thing about that is first of all super cool. It's a very, very difficult period to map out. I'm very excited to be having this mod on the channel, and I thought about playing this mod when we were looking for a new playthrough. I did settle on Warhammer at the end of the day, but this is one of those wonderful mods that also most certainly pull their own weight, and I think we're going to play a little bit around with it for a few days. And I've said this several times now with several series. I've said, we're going to play it until HIP comes out, and HIP never came out. But with this one, I think we're actually going to do that. Now, we have already seen a Dark Ages mod. It was the Winter King, which only includes this part of the map, but is far more in detail. And I think the difference between these two mods is quite noticeable. For example, when you go into government, they just have the classic tribal feudal divide, which is fine. I don't mean to shit on it, and not at all. That is perfectly fine, tribal feudal and so on and so forth. But I mean, the Winter King is doing it way more in detail, as well as the religions at the time and the cultures, of course. Now, what are we going to do? I'm honestly not entirely sure. I don't want to play in Rule of Dukes, for example, because it just looks too terrible. It just looks so awful. But at the same time, I don't know. I have seen some playthroughs already done. I think what would be cool, Frankish Kingdom takes over here, huh? Which one is the one that actually invades, I wonder? If I only knew, man, let me tell you. Frankish Steel. No, I want to play before the invasion. I want to do the invasion. What about that? How does that work out for you? I think we're going to try Shattered Empire, right? And then we're going to play Saleh, and we're going to see if it is scripted. Because I generally have a bit of a problem with scripting in CK2. Look, I've played Victoria 2. I've seen really good scripting. Welcome to the beta. Thank you for letting me know. So what we're going to do here, by the way, just to point that out, is we're going to play some When the World Stopped Making Sense until HIP comes out, at which point we will postpone the series and very likely continue it on Twitch. We're going to do a lot of things on Twitch, okay? Because we only have so much space and time for proper playthroughs on the channel itself. So I think it's nice to have a bit of a buffer for Twitch. And I'm just looking around here, right? Survey realm, perform a great sacrifice for the gods. I don't see like a scripting thing. Oh, we do have 5k troops. Oh. Oh, that's just it, huh? We just Just declare migratory invasion, eh? And then Clovis comes to power. He's already 14. He has a claim on the Empire of Gaul. But for what reason? I don't understand. I don't know. We are in a Gave kind, aren't we? Yeah, we are in a Gave kind. We could do elective Gave kind, but what's the point? No, what we're going to do is we're going to migrate as the Franks, and we're going to try to establish the Frankish kingdom down here in Gaul. About the real Gauls. So this is a bit of a short series that we might continue on Twitch. You know, I like having those series open. I hope that this gives you a good overview over this mod as well. You know, to get to know the world when the world stopped making sense, if you don't know it already. Are you in a pact? That's so fat. I love that they're not even in, like... okay, don't worry about it, yeah? So you're the king of Italy, and this is the timeline where good old Julius Nepos already is gone. I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna initiate federati negotiations. Ooh, that's a really cool mechanic. If you didn't know that, the federati are essentially allied tribes to the Romans, and they have been even back in the day, like, you know, 304 before pardon me, 303 before Christ. They already were federati. The federati that were mainly in Italy then led to these social wars. They were the Soci, and they didn't have such a good time because they weren't granted citizenship. They were just granted to have the right to settle over there. Anyway, we don't want to be a federati. I think that much is clear. What I would love to be is migratory invasion. Blah blah blah. You must be Slavic. That's okay. Gains the county of Giulio Bona. I don't think. Takes occupied titles from Rex Siagrius of Soissons. That is what we're looking for, isn't it? That is what we're looking for. Absolutely. He has 10k troops, Jesus Christ. I think we're just going to immediately declare war. Let's have some action here, yeah? Let's... What did you just... They give you this many free troops? See... Oh, man, I don't know how to feel about this. It's one of those things where you just look at it and you go like, is that a bit too much? Choir concubine, befriend priest. I like the additional not traditions, the additional ambitions. Go traveling, absolutely not. Live to old age. Find love. I'm going to acquire a concubine. Giveth me the concubineth. I don't need those boats. Ooh, we could have probably totally migrated right here, right? They even give you boats. I mean, what are you supposed to do if not migrate over there? So yeah, what I'm really talking and interested about here, I just want to find out how scripted this mod is, because I haven't played it before, and from my experience, just from looking at it, it seems quite scripted, but at the same time, let me just find a good song here. But at the same time, that doesn't need to be bad. If it's not too intrusive and kind of harming the overall experience, I think it's perfectly fine to be scripted, you know, to have scripts. Hagiography of Germanus of Auxerre. A Romano-Gallic writer, Constantius of Lyon, has recently written a work on the life of Germanus of Auxerre, a noted saint and ardent enemy of Pelagianism. This work goes to show the piety and zeal of the clerics of Greater Gaul. We are Germanic. Why does it cost me... You know what? I don't have to understand everything. I don't have to understand everything. How many troops you got left, buddy? 1.89k. I don't think you have that much of a chance, you know that? I think it's quite possibly practically over for you. We're gonna go right there. I'm gonna split them up. I want to siege down everything. I mean, we want to just own everything here. Oh, look, yeah, don't look at the Arabs, by the way. The Arabs are... Oh, yeah, you know how it is. Who are you? Burgundy, sure. So. Oh my god, yeah, this is a bit of a spam, isn't it? No, look. If anything, I want to give it to somebody that isn't like a ridiculously unrealistic... We're Thuringia, sure. We can intermarry. An unrealistic prospect. First one gone. I'm gonna just quickly kill these troops. There you go. And I could have been depressed. Didn't really become depressed, but I could have been. Lex Burgundianum. The king of the Burgundians has issued a new law creating an official recording of the customs of his people that has their consent. These laws have both Roman and Burgundian influence, and some see it as a way of legitimizing the Burgund claim, Burgund rule in the old Roman province of Maxima Sequanorum. Well, I mean, more power to them is all I'm saying. But what it comes down for me, I just want to see how big the scripting is. I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. I think that the invasion CB is just so overpowered that they wanted to guarantee the AI can do it, which is fine. I get the sentiment, but it's just like, man, that's... I mean, that kind of doesn't really leave you with a chance of Soissons, for example, right? Unless you really just power play it. But this mod has to do such things. I mean, you need the migration to actually appear, otherwise what's the point of the migration period, right? And I entirely understand that. It makes so much sense, even to me as somebody that is an enemy of scripting. But I do want to talk about scripting in general in CK2 and how it can be extraordinarily bad. Now, you all probably know and love the CK2 GOT mod, so Game of Thrones. It is very, very well known, and reasonably understandably so, because it is simply a very, very dedicated and established mod project. It has a really big reach in terms of who knows about it and who plays it and so on and so forth. But I personally always took issue with it. Now ooh, what? Could marry? That's just ridiculous. Why would they marry that? All right, you know what? You're marrying, buddy. Why would they marry her to him? It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And you know it to be true. Right, you marry, boys. That's okay. Oh, they beat me with their superior forces, huh? There is a temporary lull in the fighting, a moment of peace. I find a small corner of the battlefield to rest for a few moments. I decide to offer a short prayer to Gauzes. Moments later, I return to the fray, swinging my weapon at the enemy. Let's go, boys. Yeah, so they obviously have superior troops, which I like. It's an interesting thing. The AI usually can't handle it if you have too much troop variation. I do wonder what they're walking around with. Probably just heavy infantry, I suppose. Hey, you, show me your troops. Ah, we can't really see it, actually. Can we? I don't think we can, right? It doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't actually show it here. But the way they usually work it out is like that the AI can't really handle it anyway if you show them different troops and they're like, oh, which troop type is the good one? You just gotta live with it, you know? You just gotta try your best to figure it out. Or to have the AI figure it out, rather. But in this case, I mean, they're doing well. This music is really nice. I hope I don't get copy content ID match for this. But because I really like this one. It's a nice, calm, quiet background song. And in this Game of Thrones mod, which I was talking about earlier, you oftentimes encounter a situation, for example, if you play as Daenerys Targaryen, where everything you do for the first, like about maybe 10 years, if not more, every single thing... Oh, you died? Oh. Were you never alive while we played? I want to marry also a prince of the Western Roman Empire. Sure. You encounter everything that happens there is scripted. Every single occurrence of anything is scripted. And it is the worst of the worst, if you ask me. It takes away the freedom of choice from CK2. And CK2 absolutely lives from freedom of choice. That is the point of it. You write your own story and you come out of it all the better. You know, you essentially play a game of you being imaginative, of you having a bit of creativity. It's also why I think that this game is, out of all the Paradox games, probably the best. Because it just allows the player to be extraordinarily... how do you say? To be extraordinarily creative and develop those creative skills. Now, especially when you're a kid, you know, not saying that you're a kid when you're watching this video. I mean, maybe you are. I don't know. I'm not judging you. You know, you can be 9 years old for all I care. You're gonna grow up at some point, you know, that's just the way the world works. Keep spinning. But what I'm saying is, I think it is actually like a good experience. It's a valuable experience. There are other games that don't do it, which is perfectly fine. I mean, having fun is a virtue of its own. But this is something else. Like, this goes a bit further than just having fun, I think. This schools you, or this teaches you a certain set of skills that are not really, like, necessary for life, but they do teach you something that you can learn with and from. Now, when you script things, like CK2 Game of Thrones scripts things, for example, I think you've run into the trouble of essentially killing the core of CK2. Because if you don't have the freedom of choice in CK2, then what do you have? The warfare isn't exactly wonderful. And by the way, yeah, this is a bit of a podcast episode. I do this when I'm waiting for a series, and I'm waiting for HIP, and I'm waiting so hard, and I want to inform you, our first playthrough is going to be Sudrear. I took a look at the map, and we're going to build a trade, aka raid, aka invasion empire. We're going to, like, you know, essentially just get some coastal provinces, become a true kingdom of the Isles, and then maybe migrate. And I was also thinking maybe migrate and later on become Christians and do a crusade. You know, the full package, essentially. I'm very enthusiastic for that. But until we get there, we just kind of do podcast episodes. You know, we just kind of hang around, look at whatever's going on in other mods. We look at whatever quality they have and whatever we can do in them, and boom, ranks are back, baby. By back, I mean we are here for the very first time in our entire life. Come on. There you go. What's our threat? 26%. That's not actually that much, you know that? Couldn't even... Alright, we have people raised, I guess. But we don't, actually. What? I can't even attack you. Declare war. With any army levies. But I don't... What? Don't actually have army levies raised. Do you realize this game? Right, we would have to create the duchies here to actually create the kingdom, which makes perfect sense, because everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to hand out... Give me some overview here, right? We're going to... Oh, I hate this duchy. That's I don't like that duchy. That's terrible. I think what we're going to do, we're going to keep Normandy. We can keep 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. 6. That's crazy. Yeah, I think we're going to keep Normandy and we're going to give away the rest. I wish we could mark it as important, but I don't have that mod installed. Oh, and if you migrate, then this gets set free. Ooh, I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Don't know how to feel about it, all things considered. Simply because, well, you know, the other invasion CPs that we had wouldn't have done that. But then again, had we not used this one, then we couldn't have used one of the other ones for invading Aquitaine, or what will become the Crown of Aquitaine, I suppose. So, at the end of the day, it all makes perfect sense. There really wasn't a different opportunity. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there was a different opportunity here to not lose that land, but I doubt it. I don't see a way, really. Come on, I need some land to be given away. Do I have... No, they're all daughters, actually. Damn. What about... Did you have kids? Oh, you totally did. But they are already title holders. Back over there. There's so much more to give. Oh no, it's too many titles. So yeah, so far this is not too scripted, which I'm a huge fan of, believe me. You will not really meet more fans of not scripting things than me. I'm gonna get rid of special troops here, right? And then... Yeah, whatever, dude. We don't even have you as levy. Neither of you are levy, I think? Yeah, this looks alright. Could we now declare war? This is my question. Could I declare an invasion against you? I totally could. Oh, that's good. That is good. Ois. We're going in. The time will be there. But I don't think we get any troops for that at the end of the day, which makes a lot of sense. But is also somewhat sad. Man, this mod is quite fun, isn't it? I was ready to be like, oh man, I don't know. There's some issues here and there, but this is just really fun so far. What's the Chinese doing? Oh, they actually exist, Northern Wei Empire. Oh, that's cool. You don't always see that they actually integrate that. Now, give me something that is not in my main duchy, please. I need this. Yep. So we still have to hand those out. I mean, you know the drill. Come on, man. There you go. And I think that Game of Thrones, as a mod, suffers from having too much scripting. For the first 10 years, as I said, as Daenerys Targaryen, you don't really do much outside of the scope of what they give you for a script. You just sit there and wait for the script to take place and to happen and to give you kind of the options that they want you to go with. And I understand why that is the case. I really do. It's, you know, it's hard. Having a mod that has such a low back frame where you have to always rely on actually achieving whatever it says there, on actually going through with whatever it says there, it's hard. It is extraordinarily hard. But at the same time, it really does take away from the capabilities of your own gameplay. Because then you're just sitting there, you're like, oh, alright, I guess I'll just wait until things happen. You're not writing your own story, you're just watching a story unfold. And that is not what CK2 is about. CK2 is not about watching a story unfold. CK2 is about writing your own story. And I think that is something that is oftentimes overlooked, and terribly overlooked. So it's something that should never happen. That should straight up never happen. Where are we going to settle down, I wonder? I mean, we got some really good provinces here. Paris, of course, is a really good province too, but I'm not really interested, like, in holding that duchy. Holding a primary duchy, best choice you can ever make. I think I want to take Vendôme. I like the little Loire outlet over there. I'm going to move my capital right here. Going to make it my crown focus. And then we'll hang around and have a good time. We lost some income there by doing that, but, you know, hey, don't even sweat it. It's worse. I know, I just like the location. That's why I did it. The Noticon fails. The Emperor in the East, seeking peace with the wayward Monophysites, passed an edict of union between the two churches. This attempt of the Emperor to seize control of church power has raised anger throughout the Christian world. Even the Pope has condemned the actions of the Emperor, and it seems that this may explode into great controversy. The fools. You want an alliance. You know what? Absolutely, friend. Buddy. Form the Frankish kingdom. Bourgains. Marcusburg. Show me Bourgains. No, not this. There you go. Oh, that is just... So to form the kingdom of the Franks, I need to go back. So the migratory invasion was actually a bad choice, is what you're telling me. And then we have Marcusburg. Where's that? See, this is... This is what I'm saying. I saw a CB and I was like, I'm gonna take it. Looks like a good CB to me. Marcusburg, pardon me. It's a bit of a... Yeah, what is this? Come on, man. My nephew. Give me my land. God damn it. Alright. Well, you know the drill. It always goes like this. It always goes like this, doesn't it? We'll just wait. I'll just form... They gotta be kingdom here somewhere, right? Look, Dunensis. You think we could form that? We'll take a look at it. I'll get a second duchy and then we'll take a look at whether or not we can form that. Honestly, whether or not we can form that... I don't know. I hate when this sort of stuff happens. Where they like need you to do it a special way or else it fails. It's just like, this is not how this game is supposed... This is not the concept of the game. You realize this, right? Chiefdom of Tours. Ugh. Yikes. Stop giving me land. There you go. Alright, we're gonna be there in a second here in terms of monetary flow. Ooh, you converted land? I didn't even tell you to do that. You know what? Good job, buddy. Good frickin' job. We're actually gonna build a legend, sure. Organize a raid. Do all the good stuff. And we do have to like go back at some point for this sort of stuff. Gothic kingdom turns 2,000 years old, I suppose, having grown significantly over the latest years and established itself as a stable and mighty realm capable of influencing the European politics. The King of the Goths has proclaimed this year to be their realm's 22,000th anniversary. While some historians supporting the Goths have presented evidence in various chronicles, others have doubted the veracity of the claims. The Gothic kingdom is, however, a formidable force which can back the claim with large armed forces, allowing them to make such loose allegations freely. That's really retarded. Oh, that's great. I like it. I like when they do stupid things like that. My marshal, blah blah. Okay, that's cool. Got a host of raiders. We should totally go raid, shouldn't we? You think Visigothica? Oh, they only have one kingdom title actually. They got a kid. That's nice. We're gonna create Celtica. Because that is our de jure duchy. Nobody will get angry at us if we just take it. Alright, boys. Now the question is, yeah, there you go, Kingdom of Luchtenensis. So we will be able, if we just wait, to create a kingdom. Not the Frankish kingdom, mind you. Bit of a shame, really, if you ask me, but I mean, what can you do? Our threat level is also going down quite rapidly. Man, I don't know. I hate when they do that, I really do. We don't have a pact, yeah, I was just about to say. It's ridiculous. Dame Mozania, is that the entire thing? It totally is. Oh, we didn't go raid, right. You know what? Let's just not worry about it then. I was thinking, if I give the dude land that has a claim on the entire duchy, we could, once I form the Kingdom of Luchtenensis, we could totally do it. I'm just gonna go raid over here. That's gonna get rid of this. We're having some trouble with one of your false accusations. Don't ever talk to me again, you hear me? Yeah, we're gonna beat down... I want to beat down on him. Sure. My son Clovis tells me to press his claim. Prepare for war. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna... Fuck. No, I'm not gonna do it right now. Sorry, mate. Clovis, we're gonna do it, okay? Don't you worry about it. Oh, is this actually how they can... No, this is too stupid. That can't be right. Oh, this is actually how they want you to do it, isn't it? That you, like, conquer it? And then you go back? Oh, that is... I mean, we also have claims on everything. What a weird, tedious mechanic. You know what? I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be easy money. Who are you? Wait, who are you? Build legend. Oh, you know what? Let's just stop that, maybe. Let's settle tribes instead. What about that? Gallic Hellenics. I like it. So this unit is not allowed to raid. Interesting. Once the threat level goes down here, I think we're going to create the Kingdom of the Franks immediately. Just needed to go down to like 5%. I think that is the threshold anyway. But we're gaining some money here by plundering, and plundering is plundering. It's going to gain us so much money that we should be in a position to immediately go in ASAP. And it's already 28 minutes in. You know what? I'm going to end this episode here. In the next one, we're going to go ahead and hopefully form the Kingdom of the Franks. I will see you then in this short series of When the World Stopped Making Sense. Thank you so much, and later, alligator.